friends, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Kate. This is a motherhood channel where we talk all about faith, foster care, adoption, family, home, minimalism, and simply living our lives with the gospel as our lens. If any of that interests you, I would love to have you subscribe and join us. Today's video is a foster care video, and it's kind of stemmed from some very popular questions that I get asked. And that question is, do you have what it takes to be a foster parent? This is a common thing I hear from people. Do I have what it takes? I don't know if I have what it takes. I don't think I could do this. It's a very common thing that I hear from people who are thinking about it, feeling called to it, but they're just on the edge. They know it's not going to be easy. They've heard the horror stories and they're on that edge of jumping in. Should I become a foster parent? Do I have what it takes? I think the biggest question that you need to ask yourself is, do you have what it takes to love unconditionally? Not conditional love, because unconditional love is what it takes. There are going to be voices of fear inside of you saying things like, I would get too attached. It'll be inconvenient. People won't understand. I don't know if I can give up the comforts that I'm used to. I don't know if I can witness hard things, child abuse, parental addictions, difficult behaviors. Like, I don't know if I'm a good enough parent to deal with that. These are all fears that are gonna come up and you're gonna start hearing inside of your head. I know I felt them when we were looking into jumping in, so these are very real and valid fears. So there are levels of truth to each of those fears, but the underlying thing is, it's just fear. It's a fear. And God calls us to be bold, to be courageous, and to not live in fear. I think one of the biggest things it takes to be a foster parent is to be fearless and give a fearless yes. Because at the end of the day, you becoming a foster parent means a kid knows love, a kid knows stability, a kid who is in the most scariest situation of their life knows safety, a kid who has experienced abuse, neglect, cruelty, pain, hardships, poverty, starvation, hurt. A child who's experienced these things that no child should have to experience. It means that a child can experience the opposite of what they've experienced. You know, it means a child can be given some hope, and you can be that change. You can provide a clean, warm home. You can provide stability. You can provide love. You can provide comfort. You can provide hope. You can facilitate healing. You can provide unconditional love. I want you to know that foster parenting, I've said this to you, and if you've talked to me in a DM, I've probably said this to you. Foster parenting has been the absolute hands down best thing I have ever done with my life. Despite all of those fears, it has been the best thing I have done with my life, let alone for the rewarding feelings that I feel, let alone for the children, but for me, it has been the best thing that I have done with my life. Not only did it give me a purpose beyond myself and my immediate circle and just like not living so selfishly, but it gave me a forever daughter who brings so much joy to our lives. Oh my goodness, she is the cutest. I just love her. She is amazing. She is like just the biggest gift. And foster parenting and saying yes to foster parenting gave me that. It has brought me amazing relationships and friendships, and most importantly, it's brought me closer to God, because I don't know how people foster without God. I honestly don't. I've needed God to get me through so much of it. So if you are asking yourself this question, do I have what it takes to be a foster parent? I think break this down into a simpler question. Do I have what it takes to set selfish desires aside for a child to know love, safety, hope? Because when it comes down to it, that's what foster parenting is. The thing is, if you choose love over comfort, sorry, I'm talking a lot with my hands today. I tend to do that a lot. But if you choose love over comfort, you will be blessed more than you know. I have a shirt, I put this saying on a shirt that love does hard things, choose love. Love isn't simply an emotion and a feeling, love is a choice. And love does hard things. Love goes beyond fear. If God has called you, He will equip you. It isn't about our own capacity and if we have what it takes. It's about willing to say yes and to step into somebody else's brokenness like Jesus did for us. It's about making the right choice over the easy choice. It's about changing the future. And it's about willing to say yes when the world is going to give you a million reasons to say no. We don't have to be perfect parents. That's what God's grace and mercy is for. We simply have to be willing. And I'm not saying to go into this blind. It is very important. It is vitally important that you educate yourself, that you gather your supports, you do everything you can to be the best at the role that you are being called to. Know on the other end of your yes, you're changing a child or multiple children's lives. You are changing their lives. Your willingness to love and care for a sweet little soul and welcome them into your home and love them like your own will change you for the better. Because you simply cannot unsee the things you've seen once you become a foster parent. And suddenly so many things that seem so important before foster parenting fall to the wayside. Because there are children in this world who need you. There are children in this world who need you. children who simply need you to say yes. I'm going to link another video I made a while ago, 7 ways to be a great foster parent. I think that will be helpful for you if you're wondering if this is something that you should be getting into. I also have the Foster Coaster course. It's like a book, but I put it in audio. There's some audio, there's some video, there's some written, and there's a workbook. It's a very comprehensive tool. It's a very open and honest look at what foster parenting is like from a foster parent, and not just what the agency tries to tell you or what you may see in the media, but an open and honest look what it's actually like to be a foster parent. So I've put together this resource for you from over 5 years of experience and questions that I get, and having a platform where I talk about foster care and adoption. All of that put together is where this resource came from. So you can check that out. The Foster Coaster, I will leave that link down below as well. But I just want you to remember and maybe visualize these children. Visualize a baby who has been trying to grow despite drug after drug after drug, and abuse after abuse after abuse to their mother happening. Envision a child being locked into a closet and neglected and not given food. Visualize these things. Don't turn your eyes from them. Visualize them and know that those are real people. I get really passionate about this because these are kids. These are innocent kids. Don't be fearful. Say yes. Okay, I'm gonna end it here because sometimes I get too fired up. But share this video with somebody who is considering foster parenting. If you liked it, if you are going to become a foster parent because of watching this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. I'd love to have you. I'm gonna stop crying now. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.